mountaineering, adventure activities, rock climbing, canoeing, rafting, all these adventure sports should be introduced in all the schools. They should have a class in each and every school at least once a week or once a month. And I think it is important as the Everest summiters over here, adventurers, our job is to push this into all the schools around our country. So we have more people climbing. Similar to, after my father climbed Everest, he came back, and our late Prime Minister Nehru was close to him. And Nehru had a vision. He was an outdoor enthusiast. And he told my father that we have to make 1,000 more Tenzings like you. So let's build a school. And that was the birth of the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute in Darjeeling. And ever since that, we have almost over 900 Indians that have climbed Mount Everest up to date, which is a record. When I was around 8 years old, I followed my father on one of his many journeys into the Himalayas. And before I knew it, I was standing on top of a small mountain about 18,000 feet. And it was during this time I realized that I love being in the outdoors. I wanted to climb more and more mountains. And I ultimately wanted to aspire to climb Everest because I looked up to my father as my greatest role model. He was my hero, and I wanted to become just like him. And despite that, I even asked my father to pull some strings so I can join an expedition. But he politely said no. He said he climbed so that we wouldn't have to. Climbing was a dangerous occupation. So he sent us to the best schools, colleges, so that we can continue our lives in some other careers rather than climbing, because climbing was dangerous. But I had this vision, I had this passion to come and climb more and more mountains, and ultimately wanted to climb Everest. So I followed my father's wishes, went to school, went to college, did some work, odd jobs here and there, but ultimately I decided to move back to pursue my dream. And it took me almost over 21 years to follow that dream and finally accomplish it. I never gave up hope. And this is a similar case in my father's case also. His first time he tried to climb Mount Everest was when he was 18 years old. And he reached the height of 27,000 feet, the highest anybody had ever been until then, and come back alive. And he never lost his passion and his will to climb this mountain. Over a period of 21 plus years, when he was 39 years old, he finally made the summit of Everest. 6 times he tried to climb this mountain over a period of 20 years. And just 1 year earlier, in 1952, he went with the Swiss expedition, and he had to turn back 250 feet away from the summit because of some oxygen problem and weather. And if he and his Swiss climbing partner, Raymond Lambert, if they wanted to climb this mountain, they would have made it to the summit without a problem. But they probably would not have made it back alive. Knowing when to turn back is important. And I think today we have a long line of speakers, adventure enthusiasts, Everest summiters, and inspirational speakers. You will hear a lot of stories from all these different people here today, and I hope you take something in, take a positive side of this, get inspired to climb your own Everest. Each and everyone has their own Everest to climb. Whether it's getting up in the morning and going for a jog, completing a project at your work, or literally getting out into the outdoors and climbing more mountains. So take inspiration from each and every one of our members today. And I feel privileged to be here amongst 20, almost 18 to 20 Everest summiters from our country. And I hope we can make this an even better and bigger event all over the country. So I want to thank the organizing committee, thank each and every one of you for taking your time to be here today, to share your stories. And thank you, Rajiv, once again for having me be part of this event. Namaste. Thank you.